My name is Joseph Whited, and this is my portfolio presentation. The project that we did, IL 510, our Action Research Project, the purpose of this project was to increase math achievement at Appalachian High School. Our problem statement: Appalachian High School was located in Blount County, Alabama, and is a Title I school. A problem here at Appalachian High School is the low math scores of the 7th through 9th grade students in mathematics. And looking back at the data over the last 3 years, you can tell that that's been a problem spot for us. And I think some of it's related to kids coming out of 6th grade into 7th grade into our high school here. We're a K through 12 school, so there's some changes there. And there's some things that we're working on, trying to improve our achievement and increase our student scores. The hypothesis: students at Appalachian High School in 7th through 9th grades will increase their math achievement by a new program that focuses on using math intervention, teachers, and strategies, and the students' achievement will be measured using end-of-course testing. Something that has changed for end-of-course testing: it used to be the ARMT. Back when I did the study, it was the ARMT test. Now it's moving to the Aspire, just a different name, still the same kind of model. And that'll be the data that we look at to kind of evaluate our students and their math achievement. And also we'll talk to our math teachers here at Appalachian, as well as our intervention teachers, and check their grades that way as well. Some of the definitions that you'll see that we worked on during my project: Alabama Reading and Math Test, which was known as ARMT, is the annual standardized test given to students in Alabama from grades 3 through 8, based on the areas of reading and math. And again, that'll be going to Aspire testing. Proficiency: students who score on levels 3 and 4 on the math section of the ARMT. The proficiency rating for the ARMT scores are 1, 2, 3, and 4, and we had a bunch of 1s and several 2s, a few 3s and 4s, but we're trying to increase our students' grades, and we would like to see more of our students reach the 3 or 4 level of their mastery in mathematics. AMSTI, the Alabama Math, Science, and Technology Initiative, is the Alabama Department of Education's initiative to improve math and science teaching strategies. Some of the review of literature that we looked at during the study: research has identified the following characteristics that may be representative of rural schools: small enrollment numbers, high poverty rates, and longer school commutes. And probably the biggest thing that jumps out at me there was doing this is we're a very rural school. A lot of the people that go to school here live on the mountain. Their families have gone here, and we have a good bit of poverty here at our school, so we face a few challenges with that. Researchers have identified various demographic characteristics that can be responsible for differences in achievement: race, socioeconomic status, self-sufficiency, and anxiety. Rural schools are highly connected to their social setting, and oftentimes relationships between the school staff and community are interconnected. And I think that's something that I can definitely say that our school does. Our teachers and staff members do a good job working together, and I feel like we do a good job trying to reach out to the community, because I think the more help we can get for our students, if we can get the parents involved at home, as well as the teachers and staff, all working towards common goals, our students have a better chance of success. The action plan we had: teachers will attend AMSTI training. This will be all our math teachers as well as our intervention teachers, is what we'd like to see. Teachers attending AMSTI training will increase their content knowledge, learn methods to keep students on task, learn to improve students' understanding of abstract concepts, and improve student behavior. And with our teachers being AMSTI training, I think any teacher will tell you there's always things that we can work on. And the more we learn, the more we understand about content knowledge and the different methods, the more we can keep our students engaged, the better chance we have at success. There will be math intervention teachers available to each class in 7th to 9th grade. This is something we are currently doing this year. We have math intervention teachers. It also allows the teachers, they can pull them out one-on-one settings, or we can take small groups of kids out at a time where our intervention teachers can work with them. For some reason, kids don't get it a lot of times in big groups, but if you can break it down into smaller groups and they can break it down step by step, it's easier for them to learn that way. The most important factor to student success is having everyone involved and on the same page. And again, that's all of us working together. We know what our goals are. We know what we're trying to achieve. And if we work work together, I think we have a greater chance of reaching those goals. Standards mastered for the IL 510 project. Standard 1, planning for continuous improvement. Standard 2, teaching and learning. Standard 3 was human resource development. And Standard 7 was management of the learning organization. And these were our references I used for my IL 510 project. All right, the next project I'm going to talk about here is something we just finished up recently. We've been working on our diversity plan for Appalachian High School. And this is something that me and two current employees here worked on together, Curtis Atkinson and Kim Osborne. They're also both in the instructional leadership program, and we kind of prepared this together. Here are some definitions of diversity. The National Council for Accreditation of Teacher Education defines diversity as the difference among groups of people and individuals based on ethnicity, race, socioeconomic status, gender, language, religion, sexual orientation, and geographical area. And we'll come down here, this last one, diversity is the identities making groups all from each other. And a lot of times when people talk about diversity, they just want to focus on race. There is different types of diversity, as we all know, socioeconomic status. And again, we have a diverse background of students that go here at Appalachian, and we also have a lot of our students who are currently living in poverty. Our school's mission statement, Appalachian School, believing that all students are entitled to a positive educational experience, will strive to provide a quality education through a component and professional staff, supportive families, responsible students, and an involved community. And probably that last one's what really jumps out to me, and an involved community. I think the more things we can do to get our community involved, I think, again, the greater success we'll have for our students to achieve. If we can get community members, stakeholders, parents involved in everything we're doing at the school, I think that would really help us a lot. Our Appalachian High School's diversity vision statement. Appalachian School believes the diversity of its school community enhances the school's ability to implement its mission. Appalachian School understands the importance of sharing the ideas of multicultural community to better enhance the educational experience. And through our study, that's something we're trying to do. Our professional learning team has been working. We would like to see in our classrooms more diversity being taught, and try to kind of interconnect our curriculum are some things that we would like to see happen. Being able to explore different perspectives, ideas, and points of view is a very important aspect of preparing young minds for today's world. Through multicultural experiences, students will be prepared to make informed judgments, think critically, and grow as a human being. And that's what we would like to see all our students do. When they leave here, they're ready to either A, go to college, or B, join the workforce and be ready for that. Embracing diversity goals. Some of the goals that we had set during our project: achieve a diverse population. Right now, our teacher and staff, we're 100% white, and that's something we had talked about in our meetings. We would like to see maybe some, a diverse or minority teacher hired here. I think that would really help our school. Develop strategies to support students with diverse backgrounds. Incorporate diversity into the curriculum. Make sure the school atmosphere is a positive learning environment for students, faculty, and community. Some of these things are out of our control, but goal number 5 is one that really speaks a lot, I think, to our school. The atmosphere that we provide for our kids is a good environment, and I think most of our kids feel very comfortable here, no matter what background they come from. Goal 6, incorporate diverse learning experiences for our Special Fridays. And that's something that we've been doing this year, Special Fridays. It gives the students a chance to sign up for different class. Each week the student has to have a 65 or higher by Wednesday to attend. The first couple of weeks we did that, we had 65% of our students that we had in intervention, which we were using to try to bring their grades up. And our last data that we looked at doing our Special Fridays, we only had 27% that had a 65 or below. So we're making strides there, and it gives our students an opportunity to learn about different things. We had people teaching turkey calling classes, we had hunting and fishing outdoors, we had arts and crafts, cake decorating. So it's something I think's been really good for our school, and I think improve the overall school morale. Our standardized test scores average for the last 3 years. The past 3 years, the average scores for our Hispanic and poverty level students is 16% lower than students who are not Hispanic or above poverty level. Our data sheet, Alabama ranks the 6th poorest state. Blount County has a 16.5% in poverty. And we're going to just look at a few of our data from Blount County. K through 12 free and reduced lunch, 58.76% in Alabama, 55.34% in Blount County, and our K-12 here at Appalachian free and reduced lunch is 62.61. So we're a bit higher than the rest of the county, and as well as the state, we're kind of above that average, and that kind of, shows you kind of where we are with our poverty level. Two versions of poverty is generational poverty and situational. Generational exists for 2 or more generations, and I think if you ask any teacher, we probably see more generational poverty here than we do anything. We have families that grow up here and they'll have kids, and it's almost like a cycle. Then you have situational poverty, which is caused by circumstance. That can be a split household, a divorce where they're losing finances, or it can even be a death in the family where they lose finance and begin to struggle that way. Generational poverty characteristics, incomplete homework. That's probably what we see a lot of here. We have a lot of students who, while they're in class working, they do a good job, but when they get home, a lot of times they don't do their homework, and I think that speaks to some of the students' lack of support that they have at home. Disrespectful to authority. When discipline somebody who comes from poverty level, oftentimes split households. We try to really stress to our students that when we try to correct you or we try to tell you to do the right thing, that we're not trying to demean you in any way, that we don't like you. We're trying to do everything we can to see that student grow and succeed. Uses casual register for storytelling. That's some of the characteristics of generational poverty. Our resources, support systems, relationships, and role models are 2 to me that go hand in hand, and I think our school does a very good job with our support systems and our role models. I think our teachers here understand that it's important to teach. That's our job first. But probably the biggest thing and most important to me is being a role model for these kids, where they can look up to us and somebody that they want to try to be when they grow up. Some other resources, mental is the abilities and acquired skills to deal with daily life, spiritual, believing in divine purpose and guidance, and their physical, which is their health and mobility. Strategies for students who have not had access to proper role models. Again, support systems, mentorships, encourage goal setting, identifying options. And one that I want to touch on there is encourage goal setting. We need to make sure we're setting small goals along the way where students can improve on these goals, where they have a higher chance of reaching these goals. Relationships are key to achievement for students in poverty. The teachers here, I think, understand that for us to develop relationships with some of these students, the first thing we have to earn is their trust. Without a student's trust, it's going to be hard to really get to them. We would like to develop the atmosphere where the student can not only talk to us about things that are happening in school, but also maybe things that are happening at home, where we can reach that student and try to help them in those aspects of their life. 90% of the people who move from poverty to middle class credit relationships with teachers, counselors, coaches, or other mentor figures. And our support systems often create lasting impression. That's something also we would like to see, is our support system create a lasting impression that goes beyond just walking out here at high school, where we have relationships with these students as they grow up as well. Some of our activities, professional development for the faculty. If you're talking about professional development, every teachers understand they have weaknesses, they have strengths. And through PD on diversity, I think we can strengthen our overall staff here at Appalachian. Just touch on a few of these. Incorporate diversity into lesson plans and develop multicultural experiences. Incorporate diversity and multicultural experiences is something that's good for our students. They see how different religions and races handle things. Create a multicultural wall that highlights achievements of diversity, such as Black History Month and various other diverse achievements, and also expand our library resources. And these are the standards I mastered with this project. And these are our references that I used. Thank you.